Izlain, how have you been?
I'm doing well. Just got moved. Took a while to get internet. Fuck. Frontier. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, 5 appointments, they just didn't show up. And every time I called, they're just like, we don't have an appointment scheduled for you. I'm like, what? Let me talk to the supervisor. Well, they're going to tell you the same shit. And then click.
Well, that's what you get for scheduling an internet through an airline. That's not even a good airline.
That is pretty awful. Jesus Christ.
I don't even know what airline you're speaking of, so cool.
Frontier airline.
Frontier.
Yeah. I mean, literally never flown on a plane, so cool.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
This joke definitely didn't land.
Oh my God.
It did crash and burn for me.
Much like a bunch of Frontier's airlines.
Yeah.
Sure.
And apparently their internet as well. 'Cause, dude,
Yeah.
I scheduled with Spectrum. I had it within 2 days. Easy.
Crazy. At least Spectrum wanted your money.
Yeah. I mean, I was just like, you're already taking my money, and like, I'm just trying to get an upgrade and an install or a transfer, and they just like never fucking showed up. It was crazy. Literally like 3 weeks trying to get internet from them, and then 2 days Spectrum came, and I was able to get back to the land of the internet.
Fucking crazy.
Thanks for having me.
Yep. Was it Edgar's back again from Ravnica Building and Planning. Edgar, how have you been?
Stellar, wonderful, amazing, and better looking.
Yeah, you shaved your beard. You trimmed a little bit. I still need to figure out what a trimmer and shaver is. I'm just gonna not go until I have to get a haircut.
That's fair.
Yep.
That's an impressive way to go ahead and trim the pubes too. Just not go until you get a haircut. How much you pay your barber for that?
Oh, it's usually free. They're just like, wow, very impressive. We haven't seen anything like that. we over here have very small penis.
Is it like a topiary plant, like a bonsai plant? They said that they shape it correctly.
They're pruning it.
Yeah. And if you haven't noticed, we have a brand new guest to the show, Austin the Cobb Goblin Cobb, the third half of Sipstream.
It's the second half. We allow TK to come on our channel and stream. There's only 2 halves of Sipstream. Hi, how's it going? He's gonna hate to find out this episode. We love you, TK.
So yeah, we usually start off our episodes by just saying how we were for the weekend, but I think with that intro we're good. So let's get into this because we actually have a couple cards that we want to talk about from the brand new set, Edging Till Eternity.
Every time, like, Jesus Christ.
That's the name of the set. I'm sorry. That's what Wizards
Edging
was
to eternity.
It is the commitment to the bit that actually gets me. And I was like, man,
Edging to eternity. Yeah, that's on there.
I just keep wondering how long you can go before it just kind of explodes everywhere. Like,
I can edge on forever, bro.
Oh my God.
Cobb, actually, you have to go.
Gooners rejoice.
this is my first and last time on Common Series. It's like, he only talked in puns. Get out.
Boo.
Yeah, because when we do Spider-Man, it's probably just going to be the core 3 of us.
Can I be on Spider-Man? Because I've got opinions. I'm going to explain why I hate what it was, and then we're going to talk a lot about Dan's slot.
Fine, we'll bring you in for Spider-Man, just so we can talk about one more day for like 2 hours on end.
It was awful. Just start throwing, like screaming. Anyways, let's get to cards.
Yeah, let's go through Wubo Gorda. So first of all, we have Exosuit Savior, which is a 3-mana 2/2 flyer that says when ETBs return up to one other target permanent you control to its owner's hand. This is another copy of Course Skyfisher, which is 1 mana cheaper and has 1 more toughness, but you're forced to bounce something back. This is okay for like the combo decks that care about it.
It's just another of the same thing.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not good. It's
What I like about it though is it doesn't say non-land. So with the way that Wizards recently has decided that you should get the world for playing the game, you can actually tap your land, bounce a land back, and be one land up. So I would suggest that if you want to mess with it,
cheaper.
It is cheaper. Yeah, as long as you haven't hit your land drop for the turn, you can pop it back in, and then drop a land, get your landfall trigger as well as whatever else you need.
you know what? I didn't think about that. That's
We're
actually
reaching,
not
huh?
terrible.
No, I think we're reaching.
I mean, technically, that's not a
Literally
bad
done
play
that with
pattern.
Skyfisher though, like where you just bounce something you absolutely need and use it. Like, I don't see why not, because you can do that. I've done it with a land.
Yeah, but I don't know. It feels like if you're doing that with your lands to just like
That's just
Play-
worst
play a
case
second
bottom
card,
floor
yeah.
thing. But like, if this is just an extra copy of it, there's no reason not to run it unless you're just that tight on slots. But if it's a strategy that you're doing, like,
Yeah, I mean, but also there's not. I mean, I'll give you this. There's not a lot of white. There's not a lot of landfall in white, but
No, landfall usually tends to be just green and red.
I was thinking more of the ETB of the creature that you're probably going to pop, or the artifact that you're going to pop to your hand.
Which is amazing synergy with the next card. Crowd Gen Relic. This card is fucking stupid as hell.
Mycosynth Wellspring in blue.
Yeah.
It's better than Wellspring.
It's better.
Because Wellspring...
Oh,
Yeah, because Wellspring cares only when it dies. This cares about when it leaves.
Yeah.
And this has an activated ability.
Draws you.
This is crazy, dude.
Yeah, the extra ability to just stun something, it's cute. At least you get to draw 2 cards off for 2 mana.
There's a guy we had on Sipstream, Shaf, aka that mill guy on TikTok. He already ran a full combo with it, just to pretty much make it bouncing it back to your hand occasionally and just drawing out your deck. I like what it does.
What's great is I get to terrorize people in my locals with Abdel with this.
Oh my
'Cause
god!
Abdel's a
0
flicker
days
deck.
since Abdel mentioned 0 days.
I actually don't mention Abdel as much as this man mentions Ishin.
I was going to mention it anyway, so.
I mentioned Ishin for like a week once, and we decided to turn the entire Discord into the fact that I can't stop talking about it.
You
It's
did
not
it.
my fault. It's not my fault. WotC has decided to have their sick, hot Mardu summer.
Every summer's Mardu summer. It's never not been Mardu summer.
No, are you kidding me? Is it just got one of the best cards printed into standard right now? And you're going to tell me it's Mardu Summer from Final Fantasy? Like, no, absolutely not.
All right, so next up we have... I don't even know what to call this.
Ilvoy
Evoli Light
Good
Jammer.
boy.
Ilvoy.
Good boy.
Yeah, so I didn't realize this card
Like a
existed
boy?
until I was looking at the set. It's a 2-mana equipment with flash that says when it enters, equip it onto a creature.
Ooh.
That creature gains hexproof until end of turn. And it gets a little extra buff of a +1/+2.
Dive down is like what, 1 mana?
Yeah, dive down's 1 mana.
I mean, if you need an extra piece for this, or if you're an artifact heavy deck or have synergies,
Yeah, if you can flicker it. This is awesome. This is a cool card.
Again, it's just another kind of copy of dive down or
What's
shore
that?
up.
What's that white one that we just got from Duskborn?
Oh, Shard Mage's Rescue.
That's it.
Gives hexproof and +1/+1. Yeah.
It's just a better version of it because once that creature dies, you lose Shard Mage's Rescue, but now you've got the ability to re-equip it. I like it. You still can actually, with that one, you can actually still apply some Valiant triggers too, because we're not losing Limbo or Valiant triggers for a while either. But I'm not sure if there's any of those in blue.
No.
But they are in red, and is it the thing?
In PDH, I don't think there's really anything that cares much about it outside of like prowess triggers.
I keep forgetting we're talking PDH and not standard. I thought this was common theory about standard.
Nah, you can talk about standard all you want. We're not going to stop you.
I mean, I talk
No,
about
that's-
CDH all the time, even when I'm talking about Pauper, so.
Yeah, like we talk about CDH all the time as well. Like we mix it in and be like, oh yeah, here. End of the day, we're all CDH players, and right now the like main discourse that's going on like TikTok is like, oh, all the commander players are moving to CDH. I wonder why. I'm like, because people just want to actually win and don't want to have the conversation.
I'm not leaving. I'm not fucking leaving.
I still play casual. I have casual decks, but I don't play it that often because most of my friends play competitively.
I mean, I've been on a massive kick to everyone, just tell everyone just to play bracket 4, because to build decks willfully and ignorantly, and then just make sure everyone understands that, like, hey, like you're having fun with the deck, not you're just going.
I have a
only
bracket
meta.
4 Joda list that's just free stuff tribal. Everything that's in the deck like enables something to come out for free, and it's all busted. And it either just goes ham, and you have this crazy like game where you just do everything you want to do, and then other times it like you don't hit your stuff, and it's not that great.
No, I'm a big fan of that. We like to call it trash magic, man. Live fast, play trash. Just have fun with it.
Nah,
I
you can
build
still call it trash.
competitively even in every format. It's just like making concessions on like, okay,
You guys are like the
deck
inverse
will
of
run
me.
0 counter spells, you know, like it does its thing or it doesn't.
Yeah,
I'm brewing
it's like-
freaking bracket 1 decks, dude.
That's
Impressive.
so many hurdles to jump through.
I
Well,
can't. I can't do that. Battle Cruiser is just so. For
I
me.
owe it to the one ring that I opened out of a pack on the poster to put it in every deck. So I immediately can't build bracket 1 decks.
Oh, Izlain, you want to see something funny? Austin, where's that Mox 7 of yours? All right, not to publicly shame him.
Did you?
But
want,
I find-
did you want me to pull it out of the other thing that you were trying to get me to show?
No. So here's the thing. I find it adorable that he spent money on the Mox Diamond and just likes to show it off on just like a table. While my Mox Diamond like lives in a deck that I never see ever, except for on the weekends.
I sold mine. I had one. I got it for a real good deal way before the pandemic, and then prices skyrocketed, and I sold it because I was hard up for cash at some point, and was like, "Fuck it." And I bought it for like $60 plus trades, and
What?
I got a good deal.
Yeah, man, I don't care. I'm just rolling around with like $1,500 in cards, like right here. They're gonna stay inside their nice plastic sleeves.
When I sold mine, it was
and
like
they'll come out when I want.
I think I got $550 for it or something, and then it still went up after that. But
This is being the most anti-Pauper conversation I've ever been a part of. Being like, let me show you
we
my
sidetracked.
super.
Yeah, Uthros Psionicis.
Yeah, so talking about people who are cheapskates, this dude reduces all of your spells by 2 when it's the second spell you cast on that turn. I just put it up here because, I don't know, someone might be interested in it. You have to jump.
This is also an uncommon, so like this is a commander.
Is yours your commander? Like, I mean, I guess that works well if you're doing what, blue spellslinger.
Yeah, but the problem is like you only get the discount on the second spell, and like sure.
Yeah,
I think this is a pretty good card.
It makes sure what, rewind like 1 mana, so you can kind of mess with that. But
You would have to high tide and then unrewind.
I was gonna
it or
say
something.
like in a combo loop. If you're doing high tide stuff or like Arcanomancer stuff, like where you need the mana and like this makes it cheaper, yeah, it extends your combo turn if it's not deterministic. But like, I don't like this. You should be running Scholar. Fuck this card.
Yeah, if you're playing mono blue, just play Scholar of the Ages.
Are we doing smash or pass on Earthros? I'm gonna say pass.
Yeah.
I'll say Smash because it reminds me of Borgullet.
I think there's other cards already out there that do think better things for the same amount.
I agree.
Yeah, there is. I'm going to talk about this card for a little bit because I wish it was a common.
Yeah.
Umbral Collar Zealot.
Yeah, if that was a common, that'd be pretty hot.
So Viscera Seer exists. Pretty much does the same thing. The biggest difference is that this guy sacrifices artifacts and Surveil. Surveil is such a good mechanic. Like, if this thing was that common, Sir Conrad would be hands down probably one of the best decks in the format.
It would definitely help.
I hate that this is an uncommon, so we can't play it in Pauper formats. But at least my Mirko Surveil deck finally gets a fucking upgrade after like a million years.
Man, I'm just looking at it. I was like, I think we were talking about it in Discord too. I was like, you can already start running combos with it of just other than just Sir Conrad, but just kind of popping creatures in the grave. Oh, like Grave Reaver that came out in Dragonstorm. You can just sit there, sack creatures to Grave Reaver to constantly just pull them right back out. So it's ridiculous.
Again, just Surveil is such a good mechanic. Yeah, bro, when you Surveil on your upkeep before you draw and you look at the top card and you're like, I don't need this land. I'm going to send it to the yard.
Yeah, I mean that's why I was like I was a big guy into Scry. I was like, all right, I like it, Scry. I don't need this land. I'm going to put it in the bottom of my library. But now I've been playing in Standard. I've been playing a Soul Cauldron deck. And that Soul Cauldron deck, like I'm like, oh sweet, here we go. I'm just sending the thing that I need already to the yard, so I can pop it immediately back onto my creature with Soul Cauldron. So I'm like, no, wait, it is a super powerful mechanic, and that's just me becoming a better Magic player and learning how to utilize Graveyard Recursion better.
Yeah, that's why I hate the temples that they keep reprinting. Like when they got printed, I was like, oh, this is really cool. I really like Scribe. But now, like 15 years later, I'm like, I hate these temples. I need them to stop printing these. But moving on. Mental Modulation. It's an instant that costs 1 when it's on your turn. Tap target creature or artifact, draw a card. It's a cute little cantrip.
I like it.
1 blue to draw a card is already a rate that Pauper players will use.
We play Consider, Opt, Peak.
Yeah, so
I mean, I feel like
and this is just a tap thing down that maybe you need to get past the tap down a blocker.
I mean, that's I saw it fair. I was like, ooh, so draw a card and I get to have my attack go through. I'm here for it. So.
Yeah, like I might try to find a spot for it in Malcolm Pettis to storm off.
Breaches even too, because like maybe you just want your breaches to get through, you know?
Yeah, again, and like any of the Malcolm decks is fine because at the end of the day they're all Izzet Storm lists, and we just need other cards to just burn through. But something that is going to be played in like just about every single Malcolm deck in Gut and Dargo, Melan Moxite. This is a throw possibility for the set. For 2 mana, when this artifact enters, you may discard a card. If you do, you draw 2 cards.
2-card filter. I'm here for it.
No, and the thing is, like, you get it whenever it ETBs. So if you can flicker it or recur it with the core Skyfisher guy, I just replay it. Like, you get it back.
Sacrifice, so like it leaves something behind to sacrifice too. It's kind of cool because you can demand answers. Demand answers is a common, right?
Yeah,
it is.
Demand answers,
it's another throw possibility.
Yeah, so there's a couple things that care about sacking an artifact.
Yeah, I just don't like that the robot comes out tapped, but whatever, it's fine. I think they learned their lesson from experimental synthesizer.
Yes, yes. That was a menace for a while.
I mean, it still kind of is. I personally hate playing it because every single time I ever play it, I end up milling the most important card in my deck.
Have you ever thought about invoking the heart of the cards? Or
I do.
Utilizing your Millennium Pyramid to a puzzle to, cheat?
Have you ever considered that your grandfather's deck has no bad cards?
Yeah, I just build my decks to not have bad cards, and then whenever I play Synthesizer, I mill a very important creature. Never mill a land. Always a creature. But yeah, this card's amazing. The big thing is, this is one of the very few cards that's going to get printed that only boosts Abdel Red. So Abdel Red is a weird Abdel variant that sees some play. I think this might be one of the pieces that's missing.
I see what you're talking about with Abdel Red. Just a constant flicker, and that's coming through, and you just kind of what's.
Yeah, it has another way to just constantly get cards.
Yeah, you're just filtering through your entire deck.
Yeah, between Melan Moxite and Bitter Reunion, you have 2 permanent-based throw possibilities.
Oh, there's a third one too from Aether Drift.
We don't talk about that one. I think that one kind of sucked.
We talk about stock up, or we talk about
no. It's a throw possibility from Aether Drift. I think it's an enchantment too. With
it is an enchantment too.
Speed.
It has these max speed, so it takes a couple turns to go online, but it still has the ETB draw 2, discard 2.
I don't know why you guys are worried about that. Aren't you usually pinging people on their own turns too?
Yeah, hitting max speed was never an issue. It's just there's no real payoff for it.
I mean,
that will always be the problem with max speed. Until we have more things to care about it, it's not going to be that good of an.
It feels like an Enter the Dungeon situation until we need a reason to have it. It's just kind of there.
Somewhat, because Enter the Dungeon and the Initiative.
That took an entire year or so to have another set to come out to kind of fix it.
You know what? Fair.
You need the initiative to enter the Undercity, as opposed to just what's called Into the Dungeon. The 3 dungeons, they had their own. They finally had a loop you could go through, but you definitely needed to have the initiative. What was fixed with Baldur's Gate, which is just a full-on commander set, anyways.
Yeah, but I don't know. I never liked the initiative either because the initiative twisted too many games around to just oh hey, I'm going to start punching the guy to the right of me.
Yeah,
and then
I think that honestly, I think the dungeons and the initiative were a really cool mechanic, and I liked them because it was almost like a planeswalker for this format. Because it gave you these other abilities and things that would happen over time that you couldn't really do right away. But until there was something I played a dumb variant of Abdel that had a dungeon mechanic. So that you flickered it over and over again, and then went through the one dungeon that drained somebody every turn, and you drew cards and other shit. But if you could do that, it's fun, it's cool, it's another finisher. But other than that, it ends up being exactly what Franklin said, where people are just trading that resource back and forth, and you're actually introducing it to the game as that person. The closest deck that really made it look good was the Russell Rail, but I think it was been proven that it's just too slow at this point.
Oh,
and that
especially now, it's way too slow.
What you, like I said, on paper it's cool. I like it, but it just didn't. It doesn't perform anymore.
I'm with you on that, and I understand how Franklin also feels when it comes to introducing mechanics that other people can have.
Monarch.
So I know he absolutely hates it. He's like, I don't like giving my opponents any sort of resource.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I don't play the cards that say in any format. I won't play cards that say you and target opponent draw 3 cards.
No,
I'm not giving them an advantage. No, I'll just not have an advantage. That's fine.
Yeah, funny enough, I think that's part of why we stopped. Why we're stopping to play.
I was getting advice left and right. I started with I agree with that. We got rid of that in CDH a long fucking time ago because there's just why give people cards? Don't do that. And then I just kind of apply that opinion to everything that I play. It's like, I'm not going to give people resources because that's just helping them. I absolutely hate group hug. I'll just say that.
Oh, no, that I'm in the same boat.
So many games that I've played, I'm just like, no. Like, you want to be this agent of chaos? Cool, I get it. Oh, I'm going to play Goblin game. Like, no, thank you. I'll pass.
Yeah. Well, speaking of goblins, we have Rig for War. It's a 2-mana buff spell that says target creature gains +3/+0, gains first strike, and reach until end of turn. This is going to end up being another Zada card, but what's interesting is gaining reach. And Austin, I think you said something earlier about this.
I did. I actually really like this card because it reminds me of like Intense Fury or whatever. Sometimes you need that blocker, and that +3/+0 with the first strike is going to be the thing that takes out and reach. So it's going to take out Death Touch, and it's going to take out your flyers almost immediately. And I think that's actually something that gets discounted pretty quickly. Just having that ability there, and also as an instant. Yeah, it's kind of combat tricks on your own turn, which a lot of people aren't ready for. And the first strike with reach is just kind of the kicker there.
I don't know. Arguably, it could also be played in something like a Dargo or something that's relying on a little bit of extra combat damage. This in conjunction with like a double strike, and
Well, you don't really need this then because you're just using this for the buff. But yeah, just having first strike plus trample is just great. Next one is West Stalker Ardent.
So I brought this one up. I've already seen this thing in action, but it was not in Pauper. But just as a commander itself, it's Impact Tremors. It's one more mana than Impact Tremors, but it's Impact Tremors in the command zone. It is 2/3 for 2 and a red. Whenever another creature or artifact you control enters, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. So, as I said, Impact Tremors. It has the new mechanic Warp on it for 1, which makes it discounted, but only if you cast it from your hand. So that does not apply here, unless for some reason somebody bounces it. Yeah, then maybe you can cast this for only 1 mana, but then it gets exiled. And you can cast it from exile on a later turn, but that doesn't apply in Commander, obviously, because it's going to go to the command zone type thing. Anyhow,
I don't know. You can, Sting Scourge it back to your hand for whatever reason?
Sure. I mean, there's applications there, but it just being a pinger on a body, essentially, in the command zone, which we don't really have, and then being able to run all of the red pingers on top of it, and then just, I don't know, play a control game or, play more bird spells. It has potential, but I don't think it's like, top end.
I actually think it's pretty low end, because I don't know why you want to warp it.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. If you just ignore that, this is just Impact Tremors in the command zone, which just means if you're already running a strategy that's doing that, the pinger strategy is strong right now, so that's why I thought of it.
I mean, I've seen all the pinger strategies, especially coming in like on comments from Final Fantasy. I just look at that, so like the Impact Tremors in the command zone. There's what common are we doing is putting out a bunch of treasure tokens. That can
empty the warrens.
Empty the warrens. All right, that works.
Beetleback Chief. There's a bunch that make 2 tokens. Was it Forbidden Friendship makes 2 tokens?
There's all kinds of spells and creatures that make more tokens, and then there's also all of the pingers. So any spell you cast is also pinging. So you're just layering pingers and pingers. I mean, I played Arabella, was one of the people pioneering it for a little bit, and it was all that.
I mean, Arabella's a little different there.
I agree. It's better. I wasn't saying this is better in any sort of way. It was just something to talk about because it's an interesting concept, and maybe somebody can find a way to push it.
Yeah, I was just wondering if there's any sort of like X mana create X tokens, but that's not in a common or uncommon, and I don't think there is. I'm looking.
I don't think there is either, but you're not really gonna have like infinite mana in mono red either. So like having that sort of outlet isn't necessarily the thing you're looking for. But
why am I playing mono red if I can't break it like that? No, I'm
sure. I mean, and that's what I hate about Pauper sometimes. Is like, I want to do the thing you can normally do, but you can't.
I'm like, there's a card that they already printed. I can just use this card.
Yeah, and then you're like, fuck, it's uncommon.
Yeah, because we already have a whole bunch of Impact Tremors in common, because you could just Thermal Pod Dargo forever.
You've got Sabo Tender, which is a Impact Tremors for land.
It's clearly not better than those cards. I just thought it was an interesting commander option if you're in maybe for just regular PDH. How's that?
I mean, triggers off artifacts too is pretty useful. There's an artifact list for this, maybe eggs, something like that.
There's the Mirror Retriever loop, and that's all colorless.
Well, there you go.
That'll work.
Nah, no, this might be a better Teshar list than Teshar. That's about it.
I mean, Teshar was pretty good when he doesn't have the restriction, at least. But yeah. Again, not the best. I just thought it was interesting enough to talk about. I think we can move on.
Here for it.
I agree.
Yeah. All right, so this is actually an interesting card. So this is...
Hey, talk dirty to me.
All right, so Biosynthetic Burst.
I just stopped him.
He goes, all right.
Yeah. So Biosynthetic Burst is kind of an upgrade to Gaia's Gift. They both say put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains reach, trample, and indestructible. Untap it. Biosynthetic Burst untaps it, while Gaia's Gift gives it hexproof. I was talking to Gator about this one earlier to see whether or not we actually put this in Weavers, solely because of the untap. But losing the hexproof might just be the reason to why we don't actually play this.
It's not good for certain kinds of removal, but it still does hit other kinds of removal. Like if it's direct damage, you just need the extra toughness to get out of it. That's great. The indestructible also obviously a thing. I was thinking of it because it's another thing for the witness. Just put
the evolution bonus,
and then then get something back.
I'm just looking at it as the indestructible as well. Like the hexproof is helpful in case you run into exile shit, but this is
we run into bounce spells all the time.
That makes sense. So, but no, I love this only because I'm also looking at this in standard. I'm like, oh great, they've decided to really pump up Gruul this set.
Just the fact that it gives trample, indestructible, and pseudo vigilance by untapping it is crazy to me.
Yeah, no, it's an excellent way of just running over someone, especially goes back to Death Touch, man. Death Touch is rampant right now. Like they decided to overprint Death Touch recently too. So it's anytime you're trying to run over somebody, your entire attack strategy is deleted because of just Death Touch. And this is less on Pauper. This is more on standard.
Standard still plays commons.
Yeah. The entire mouse deck was
definitely plays commons.
The entire mouse deck is basically like an entire Pauper deck too, because we used to run Heartfire Hero.
Oh man, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me about that mouse.
Oh, I'm so sorry. He doesn't have the Buster Sword anymore because he doesn't exist anymore.
Man, people really hated when I put that Buster Sword on that mouse. They got really upset with me.
All right, so moving on.
Discord.
Crumb Companion. It's a 2-mana dog that whenever it becomes tapped, gain 1 life. It also has an activated ability for 2 mana, tap it, put target card from a graveyard to the bottom of its owner's library.
This is the best card printed in the set, hands down. I will put any notes.
Yeah, tucking stuff back into the deck is a funny sort of grave removal.
I forgot I had anything written on text. I'm just talking about in general. Like, just best card. Look at this, the best boy right there. There. Just
goodest to boys.
More importantly, why wasn't he in Aether Drift? Because he looks like an Aether Drift boy, but like...
I think this is leftover art from it, to be real.
So, I think what happened is, Spirited Companion, we've kicked it and killed it so many times.
Don't you do this to me.
It comes back as a mecha dog.
The dog dies.
Oh, I thought you were going to do Selfless Savior.
No! It's Pauper. We kill the crap out of Spirited Companion all the time for just like reckless stuff. It's like, no, we're gonna stick the dog in front of it as a blocker. He just did his job.
So I'm gonna say I wanted this as a shoe-in for Glaring Flashraker, which not everybody's a believer, but I'm a believer in the deck. And this is just another way to gain life, which is very important because people will start targeting you and you start burning them out. And then it's a little piece of grave hate, so you can stop the bigger combo decks. So I like it. I like it a lot, and it also is making you that extra mana off of the cast and doing a ping off of the cast. So I mean, it's just like the total package.
I do like it also because you just when you're even you guys have at least what's called Evolving Wilds and Pauper. So like,
yeah, we do.
Even just putting a fetch land on the bottom of the deck so you can shuffle it back up eventually is to me. Yep. I'm just like, okay, sweet. Just
you can do it. Yeah, that's extra value for yourself, right?
Yeah. Speaking of super value, you have Nutrient Block. 1 mana, indestructible food. When this artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. It technically also has a food text, but that's all foods.
I like this for the Flesh list as well. Just because it's every single colorless spell is basically getting you your mana back. So this comes out for free because you make the Eldrazi token. And then you have the extra... it's indestructibles for 1, so like It's not going to incidentally die, but that doesn't really matter. And then, when you need to gain life, you can gain life, and it draws you a card. So, I mean, all good things.
For 3 mana, being able to gain 3 life and draw a card, you're never going to... It's difficult to shake a stick at, and I keep moving away from just straight up Pauper, but for 1 mana, it helped activate Mopal, too. So, I'm here for it.
Yep.
Yeah, it activates Mopal, and for 60-card Pauper, you can eat it with all the costly plunders and deadly disputes.
Yep.
Well, not deadly disputes anymore, but Eviscerator Insights. Here's a new land that we get. Command Bridge. And it enters tapped, which I don't like. When this land
taps
enters...
another land, which I don't like.
No, you have to tap another untapped permanent.
It's even worse.
But I was looking at some of the other cards of this set. This set seems to care about tapped creatures. I'm like, it's giving prophecy. If that makes any sense, they want you to have tap shit,
or Survivor.
I don't know. I just remember I remember in prophecy where it's you gain bonuses for everything being tapped. I think there's a few Kavu too that, especially in uncommon, that really care about how many tapped permanents you have.
Sure, and that makes sense. I think from our perspective in this particular thing, for mana fixing, it's great, I guess, but
I don't know. We also have a million dual lands.
Yeah, but there's also that food that we just talked about that you can just tap for no.
Right.
So then that makes this a little bit better. So okay, in that vein, I think it's not terrible if you need the mana fixing for sure.
But it comes into play tapped, so to me, it's also kind of garbage.
But hear me out. Karu Goldkeeper, 3 mana commander, just printed recently. I think it has Pauper potential. I've already brewed it. I haven't played it. I'm probably going to play it on the stream next week when Gator and a couple of our other homies are going to be on. And this actually doesn't seem terrible for that because it's a 3-color deck. Having the color fixing is almost that important that tapping my 1-drop that doesn't fucking matter, to be able to have this come in tap. Yeah, that sucks. But then on my next turn, now I can cast the Goldkeeper because this is the extra mana I needed, right? So in that regard, I don't see it as being terrible. But in 2-color decks and monocolor decks, monocolor obviously trash, but in 2-color decks, it's kind of whatever. I don't like these types of
You run it in Far Traveler decks. No, you run this in Far Traveler decks because those care about tapped creatures.
I kind of looking at this, and I feel like there was a flavor fail for this. I mean, I get Command Bridge because it's a spaceship. It's a flavor fail for having a Pauper land like this that's not also being able to be utilized in Pauper for Commander only. It feels like it wants to do something, but it's not right there.
It's the most common standard viable printing of Command Tower ever.
I was thinking, it kind of feels like Command Tower, but way worse. Way worse.
I would argue, but starting towns are rare. Yes, it is the most common printed Command Tower ever.
Well, they can print into standard.
That they can print into standard.
Mm-hmm. It could be good in maybe if you're doing composite golem, this might be worth running because you could just tap some useless creature or artifact that's already out there that you're not really worried about tapping. And you're getting that extra color towards. But I don't think do you even cast composite golem? I thought it was just kind of a shell.
You cast it just to pop it for colors.
Yeah.
Do we have an artifact or an enchantment that keeps things untapped and that is not in
not in common?
Not in common. No. That's rare.
That's a rare only ability.
Spelunking. I was like, Spelunking is definitely a rare.
Yeah, it is. It's uncommon, I think.
I don't know that I'd put this in any of my lists currently, but I can see where it could have some potential somewhere. Maybe.
Yeah, I said, we'll have a home in Wilson Far Traveler for sure.
I'll tell you this: I saw it, I go, I don't like it, and I moved on.
Literally.
How about to something you do like Tannic Memorial?
Let's talk about this guy. It's not really so much as a commander, but this is a Pauper commander that I would absolutely play as a regular commander and just throw a bunch of other cards in there because I'm looking at it. I was like, this does exactly what Xenagos does, but I don't want to play Xenagos. I'd rather have Tanuk Mountain Memorial Insight out. So that way I can hit a bunch of landfall triggers with Sabotender and then Axodrill or whatever from Exosuit until you start pumping up all my landfall landfall shit. So not only do I get to mess around in green with landfall green and red and landfall, so I get ping and I get to draw a card. This is going to eat up fetch lands. Like, it's fantastic.
Yeah. So the funny thing, the funny thing about this deck is you actually don't want to hit your fetch lands early. Because that's always the damage.
Late.
So, like, the Capenna sacrifice lands, you've got your fetch lands, your Evolving Wilds, your whatever's, right? It turns
all of the ones from that you can play from New Capenna.
Yeah, so it turns this guy
you can play
into
color ones too.
What's her name? The Merfolk? Kind of him into that, and you're doing this in Gruul? It's pretty...
Oh, Tadiova?
Tadiova, yeah. So, of course, you'd be drawing 2, but, like, this is as close as you're going to get to that in Gruul, so...
Yeah. No, I mean, for Gruul, I felt like this was really good, because it's card draw in the command zone, and Gruul doesn't really... Like, the Arena Street is about the only Gruul deck I've seen, and it was good for a hot second, and it doesn't see play anymore. This is
there's like one guy who plays it, and
I look at this and I see, okay, it's got landfall synergies, so like maybe there's some other cards in common. I'm actually going to brew this, but I haven't done it yet. But I feel like there's some cards in common that are going to support that synergy. But then also it lends itself to the entire pinger package because they're all fucking red, outside of the few new black ones. But all of these red pingers, so you can run your instants and sorceries that are protection or remove or whatever,
or just land ramp.
Yeah, and land ramp as well, and then you're going to get off of the land ramp, you're potentially going to be doing, damage as well, and then yada, yada, yada. So, like, I feel like it has some legs, but I don't know if it's as good as, like, an Arabella, which is just going to do it faster.
Nah, Arabella's Arabella's Arabella.
It's just kind of, it's on that same kind of, but it hits the same dopamine sensors in my brain that say, like, ooh, this is good because it pinger meta, but
neuron activations.
Arabella still requires attack trigger, so like
it does, and this doesn't.
Tunika's just playing the game, and that's what I love when they make these kind of cards that are super
this with Ashaya loops would be so broken. Like you were saying earlier about just playing this like as a regular commander with no restrictions. Ashaya loops with this is just every single thing you do is just burning the table down.
All right, so I'm going to make a little caveat here because we definitely on the Civ stream my co-host and I switched off of who was going. We both were going to build a new deck, and we both ended up accidentally choosing a Selesnya commander for each other. Like she went for a landfall deck with Karametra, and I went for some whatever the unicorn is that puts counters on things.
Mm-hmm.
She got overwhelmed as I'm like sitting there. I was like, just play landfall. Just play. I've literally done 3 videos that you've watched that tell about an infinite landfall loop with Query and with Ashaya and Query and Dryad.
Yep.
Like I was like, just landfall it. Like you have Lotus Cobra out, you've got infinite mana and infinite like.
I have a Kodama Tago list it's fringe. It's like it's CDH. It's probably a 4, right? Like it's not as good as CDH, but like you can play at a CDH table. But you literally win with the bounce lands, whichever the Growl one is, Growl Turf, and the Guildless Commons. There's an colorless one. Either one of them works, and you just make the triggers back and forth, and you just kill the table. This guy just kind of goes right into that list too. I'm going to put it on my list right now.
Luckily, you only have to draw a card once per turn,
right?
Because that way, like, it could get real nasty if you had to draw a card every time.
You could screw yourself, but in this case, you can just do landfall triggers infinitely, like you said, and win. So I'm putting this in my considering of that deck for sure.
Honestly, like any landfall Gruul deck you already have that's pingers or stompy, this is either considering or even just an automatic commander.
Right.
I'm not exactly sure how fast it would run. I mean, how many Capenna lands are there that can fetch either a forest or a mountain?
I think
5.
Yeah, and then
5,
there's Evolving Wilds plus Terramorphic Expanse. Plus you can run the what are there's like the Esper Panorama. You can run those.
Oh yeah, that's the only one that can't go into this deck. The Esper one.
I honestly think that Tanuka actually scratches that part of my brain that says maybe I should build a Pauper CDH deck. EDH deck. Like this is I was like, this is the guy. I saw this. I was like, I've got things to say about this man.
I'll send it to you.
And not just while someone else is peeing.
Next one, Menon, Earthos Exile. 3 mana for 1/3. Flying, whenever an artifact you control enters, put a +1/+1 on target creature. Yeah, I don't know why we have this on here. Like,
I like that this guy has
Retriever.
crime in the flavor text, and you can commit a crime with him.
So I like him. I like him with the. I believe there's a red instant that lets you destroy an artifact or sack. And if you control it, you go ahead and you create 3 more artifact goblins.
Yeah, it was called the Rebirth, but they made a different version.
Yeah, it's called Alpha something.
Yeah, but they also made it, and so then you got 2 copies of that. But you're also running that inside red, so it's like for 2 mana you get make like artifact goblins. So this can actually get out of hand pretty quickly, especially with flying with that evasion. I think it's actually
I guess for Voltron, you can kind of spell. Well, it's not even spell slinger; it's more artifact heavy to potentially pump it up and be Voltron, maybe. But even then, I don't think that Voltron just doesn't feel strong enough in any format to really be a contender.
Yeah,
I've tried it so many times in all formats, and it just never gets there. It's so hard. That's why Darko like Canis works, because it's like it hits everybody at the same time.
Yeah, you really need Canis to work.
It's rough. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why Canis SCO is like getting popular right now.
This card kind of exists.
Anything works.
Yeah, this card kind of exists. There's Captain Lannery Storm, which does the same thing, but it's 1 mana less, and it specifically says you have to put it on a pirate. So like, it also doesn't have flying. So I don't know.
I feel this feels casual to me. I feel
yeah, like someone playing floor metal will enjoy the crap out of this. They'll just hit their Mirror Retriever.
In some pods, this is going to do work, but yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say competitive, but definitely even just common PDH. This seems like a fun commander to build around.
Yeah.
All right, and then finally we have Mech Engineer.
So I feel like this could be a contender for the Gretchen spot or the Weaver spot. Like, I'm not saying it's better. I'm not saying it's worse. I'm saying it could potentially be almost right there because it's got the same casting cost as Gretchen. It's not got the same body, which that's a disadvantage. Its activation is double Gretchen, which is also a disadvantage. But it's drawing 2 cards instead of 1. And it's creating robots. These ones don't come in tapped either. Now, granted, they don't have haste, and they're never going to have haste because, unfortunately, there is not that in these colors. But it also has the potential to be blinked because of its first lineup text. It says whenever it enters, you create a lander token, which is a sack 2 artifact that gets you a basic land and puts it on the battlefield tapped. This feels to me like it could, if you're running all the ramp that you can, if you're running flickers to flicker this and get those tokens that can also get you more lands, you could potentially speed out lands on the same sort of level, and you could still be running the land untappers, you could still be running the land enchantments, and any other control spells that you want to run, some interactions, you could be running that green card we talked about earlier, the bio, whatever the fuck.
Biosynth Burst.
To untap something as well. Like, that could be potentially good for, untapping a land untapper to untap a land and do it again. You could be running a High Tide. You could be doing a lot of the same stuff, or Chaomancer loops, etc. And once you get infinite mana, it's the same effect as Gretchen. You just have to get to infinite mana, and then you have an outlet in the command zone. But, unlike Gretchen, this is also, if you get stopped, like mid-loop, like say you get to a certain amount of activations, you've created all of these robots. And somebody stops you and you're like, well, I don't win, but now I have an army, and if you guys don't have a wipe, I win anyway. And that's kind of a weakness of Gretchen and the Weavers, so... I don't know, I'm brewing it. I think this is the first one I'm going to brew from the set, because even though I like some of the other ones, this one gets my gears going. Mark my words, it's going to make a splash.
Yeah. Austin, what were you thinking about?
I saw this card, and I was like, "Do I like this card?" I was like, I see it and I don't see it on what you were just getting at. Like, so I see that it's like, oh man, it comes with the Lander token, and I like the Lander token as a kind of like a cool, like discounted cultivate. So it's
a clue or it's a food. It's kind of the same sort of idea, and it has the same sort of value, kind of.
I mean, I keep forgetting you guys like to use whatever these tokens are, not so much for what they are, but more for sack outlets. So that probably is helpful in that aspect. I don't know. I think just the 8, and I don't know the loop you're talking about to get to 8 mana to run.
It's really easy. So we have a whole bunch of land tappers. Ways. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different land tappers that just say like tap to untap target land.
And if you put a bunch of enchantments on that land, singularly, one land can make up to like 6-7 mana. It should build your own Gaia's Cradle. And it takes some time, but that's why you're in blue, because,
then you just slap free from the real on it. or like any of the Freed from Wheel type cards, and then you just infinitely untap.
It can literally be the same shell as those two other, or similar shells to those two others, but then I feel like it has this built-in like pivot point where if you do get stopped trying to go for combo or trying to just draw through your deck, people will say, okay, you only get to do this or that. Well, but then you just try again, or you have all these robots on the field and you pass turn and then you swing the next turn and kill everybody.
Yeah. I think the key here is the fact that it's not as a sorcery and you can do it on anyone's turn. I think that's the bigger issue here. Being able to generate all those robots on an instep is going to be...
That too. If you know you can't actually combo off, but you can make infinite mana to just make those, that's even... I didn't even think of that. Thank you.
Yeah,
even better.
Edgar's played Weavers a lot, or has played my copies of Weavers. So he knows that like you just make a shit ton of mana off of.
I just know if you can get to an infinite mana situation, this will win you the game because you're either going to draw your deck out and do whatever you want to do, or you're going to make infinite tokens and then just swing out. Like you said,
cool redundancy.
It's even better.
I mean, I'm going to quote a man who I just recently realized has terrible threat assessment. When you have infinite mana, why aren't you winning the game anyways? Like,
right.
I'm never letting you live it down. Never letting you live it down.
It's fun. So, Edgar, what are you thinking about?
No, I was just saying I think it's good redundancy to have this. And I think the lander could possibly help you out, too. There's some cases where like you'll end up with, the enchantments on some of your lands or whatever, so someone will hit your land. And if you're kind of running a tight list, sometimes you'll keep a 2-lander or something because you can pump up that land. Being able to then fetch out with your lander is also kind of helpful. So,
yeah, which is nice. So you always have 3 lands.
Being able to blink and bring out more lands. For the first, because you can usually, I would think, most games you're going to get this out turn 2, and then you're going to get that extra token. And even if this gets removed because people are scared of it or whatever, you're going to have that extra land that's going to help you get that extra turn closer to recasting it. And then from there, like I said, if you do play this out and nobody fucks with it, you could potentially have blinks and things you do on people's end steps, sack tokens, get them in tapped, and then they untap and yada yada. So like you're gonna be ramping with it. I don't know that it's better or worse than Gretchen or Weavers, but like it comes down early as Gretchen and it still does a similar thing. So I feel like it has the potential. I just really need to look at it and do my research and actually find the cards. For those
uninitiated, Gretchen is from the AFR set, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, from Baldur's Gate.
Yeah,
we lied.
Was it Baldur's Gate? It wasn't?
Yeah, it's from Baldur's Gate.
Nope,
full name.
Forgotten.
Full name.
Gretchen Titchwillow. It is. Yeah, draw a card, you may put a land card from your hand to the battlefield. Yeah, that is 100% Forgotten Realms.
It's not Twitch, it's Titch.
I'm sorry.
The W just comes out of nowhere.
I'm a streamer, my guy. It's got to be Twitch Willow.
It has to be Twitch Willow.
I knew it was AFR.
I'm under some weird contract that Callie made me sign. I don't know.
What the hell did you do? Did you sell your soul or what?
I don't know. Look, it just has to be Twitch Willow, man. Just let me have it.
Yeah.
That's my fault. Like I said, the W is on
So, I mean,
there.
this is 4 mana to draw a card, but it is colored, whereas we're on a colorless otherwise, which could actually be a thing if you wanted to play like Sisei's Ring and things, because you don't have to worry about the colored pits for the activation, could be an advantage as well.
Yeah, because I guess you can fit in, was it dramatic reversal loops in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how, because that's like super expensive.
Mystic Sanctuary and whatnot, but like again, I'm going out on a limb here, but I literally did create a deck just before we were playing or recording. I mean, and I have this as a commander, and it's called Gretchen. I'm coming for you. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna play it, and maybe we'll play it in a tournament. We'll see how it does.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right.
Yeah, and I think with that, everyone, that's actually all the cards I think I wanted to talk about from Edgy.
Man, for a full hour, still kept it going.
Yeah, I mean, I can still hold on to it a little bit longer, but we'll release that a little bit later.
We had to slow down for a minute in the middle. We almost got too excited. But
it's not even. It's like an hour today, but like how many hours before today? Because I've heard of him say that a lot of times. I feel like he might be edging himself to a world record here. Like we need.
I'm too tired for this shit, guys.
Don't worry, I'll finally be able to get my release on Friday. during the pre-release.
It's almost 1 million views on Instagram. Now we can't be a part of this kind of
Don't
talk.
forget to hit the OnlyFans. Franklin's OnlyFans. We'll put it in the description below. Check it out.
Yeah, subscribe to the Common Theory OnlyFans, where you get exclusive content from me and Gator.
Check it out.
Yep.
Hot. Are we able to sign off? Am I able to promote myself here?
Yeah, I was going to get to it.
No, you don't
because you already
that.
volunteered. All right, Austin, the Cobb Goblin.
I don't know how these things run. Hey, I'm Austin. I go by the Cobb Goblin. At the Cobb Goblin on both TikTok and Instagram, whenever TikTok decides to push my videos. I do trash deck techs, and then I decide to pair cocktails with commanders, and I am one half of Sip Stream that airs on Saturdays at 8:30, where think Hot Wings, but we drink and play Commander. So I interview you as you get progressively drunk, and also try to keep track of an ongoing Commander game. It's a lot of fun, and I do that with Callie Shea.
Dude, I want to do that. I'm down.
All right. Keep you in mind.
I'm sending the invite.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah, just feel free to hop in the Speakeasy. Franklin and I run a Speakeasy. I run a Discord together called the Speakeasy. If you're interested, we'd like to talk in there a lot.
Yeah, throw me the invite.
And a pinch, we always try to go to our Speakeasy friends before we just start throwing out random invites to everyone on the internet.
Yeah, for sure. I also am an internet content person. I do streams on YouTube every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific with my stream team, which consists of some of my Discord friends and people that I've played with for like 6-7 years at this point. It's pre-pandemic, and then during the pandemic, we went pretty hard. And then I decided, like, hey, we've had so many cool games. Why don't I just record this shit and edit it and put it on the internet for people to watch? And, well, there we go. So Possibility Storm is my jam. That's what we do. And then I also edit for these guys for the Common Theory, and appear on episodes once in a while. So this one will be out at our normal scheduled Monday release. And I'm doing a Pauper stream with Common Theory host Gator and our
friend, yeah,
Yami,
and our friend
and,
Yami.
I forget who the fourth is now.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, it's you. Just kidding. Franklin filled in at the last minute too, so it's basically Common Theory versus me and Yami, or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, we're going to be playing some stuff, and I might be bringing that Simic deck to that stream, so you guys can check that out next Tuesday. But yeah, otherwise, that's me, Linktree and all that shit on my channel. Just Google or search on YouTube the Possibility Storm, you'll find me.
Yep. And then, Edgar, where can people find you?
What's up, guys? So, Ravnica BP, everywhere that matters. If it doesn't matter, I'm not on there. It's Ravnica Building and Planning. I've been starting to do Bracket 1 series of movie-themed decks. You can catch that on Mondays on Twitch. Next week, currently doing a poll. So the idea is you guys vote on the poll. Over the weekend, you'll watch the movie that won, and then that's the theme for the deck on Monday. So I think right now it's between Aliens, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Independence Day, and The Blob. So
I'm gonna go flood that poll for 2001: Space Odyssey.
Oh, I voted. I voted for the Blob twice.
Right now. I voted for the Blob twice. So yeah, so 2001 is losing. So
sorry, I love the song for the Blob. Yep. So, and with that, everyone, thank you so much. Follow us over on YouTube, Patreon. I'm starting posting on Instagram again. Thank God. TikTok, Blue Sky, everywhere that's actually factually important. Thank you, everyone, for made it this far. You're a real one. Have a good night, everyone.
Cheers, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for watching. And if you want to support the channel, please subscribe and join the Discord in our link below. And become a member over on our Patreon.
Shout out to all of our patrons: Eric, Coberman, Aaron, Dax, Devin, NYC Burrito, Little Rat Lotad, Frank, Scoob, HZ, and Too Much Do. Thank you for all of your support.